I don't think that's how people think about it. I mean, it's so, people use Bitcoin as a speculative asset, right? It's like gold. It's just like gold, only it's virtual. It's digital. People are not using it as a form of payment or as a store of value. It's highly volatile. It's not a competitor for the dollar. It's really a competitor for gold. That's really how I think of it.
A brief clip with Jerome Powell saying Bitcoin's in competition with gold and not the dollar. It's inversely correlated to the dollar. Is it going to outpace the dollar? Yes, most definitely. So with that, what's happening in Crypto Crew? Sean's coming back at you with another cryptocurrency video.
Hey guys, sorry for the quick interruption, but if you're interested in trading MicroStrategy options, any other stock out there, Bitcoin, Solana, or any other crypto out there, you can now do that on MooMoo. And if you sign up with our affiliate link, which we pin in the comment section, also in the description below, when you sign up and deposit any amount, you're going to receive up to 20 free stocks, and each one of these stocks could be valued at up to $2,000. So make sure to sign up with MooMoo. Go get that free money. Now let's go ahead and get back to the video.
Piggyback on that really quick. If you want your 30 free stocks, check out this link right here. Utilize MooMoo. Why don't you get your free stuff? The current time it's recording, Bitcoin is coming in at 93.7. Are we out the woods yet? Not quite yet. What do we see? What do we anticipate? So check here. So this is the trend line that we need to pay attention to. We need to get back above the 106.5 to have continuation to the next level up. And we have not been able to break above that. And right now, the level to pay attention to on the downside, as far as the candle bodies go, we're looking at the 92.3. So if we fall below 92.3, we could see lower price action. And the same, if we get back above 106.5, higher price action. Right now, we're just in a channel. And if you look at these downwards resistance and trend lines that we've drawn out, we see that we've acted as support, resistance, support, broke through resistance, flipped resistance to support, and then now have a new resistance, then support, new resistance, then support, and just been dragging along until today. We came up, wicked up, almost kissed this downwards resistance. Will we come back down, and will we fall out of this triangle? This is a falling wedge pattern. Technical target is back up towards the previous all-time high, the top of this triangle. Will we break up, or will we see lower price action? Will we actually come back down to the bull market support band? At the current time this recording is at 88. And if we extend this 200 moving average, if we fall all the way down, we could be seeing 82 to 85,000, depending on when this hit. That's what we see for Bitcoin. And then Paul Tudor Jones is saying Bitcoin is the only thing that humans can't adjust and supply. He's always going to stick with it. Why is this important to understand? Because they can't debase it. They can't print more. They can't destroy it. They can't blow it up. Bitcoin is in the cloud. It's a digital ledger. They can't print, create, or destroy any of it. It's the scarcest asset on this earth. And Mark Moss is sitting here telling you by 2030, we're going to see this phase 2 frenzy where Bitcoin is at parity with gold. 21 trillion versus 20 trillion in gold. And Bitcoin is still just getting a sliver out of the total global asset value, almost $1,700 trillion. Bitcoin only has 21 trillion, a very, very small amount. This Bitcoin value would be $1 million by 2030. And that could be just getting started. Look how much money will still be in real estate, bonds, equities, money, and collectibles. Bitcoin could just be getting started. Rational Root is telling you, after having 4, we're getting some dots being printed. Does this mean that we are about to go into a bear market? Now, you don't want to discount it. You don't want to just be a permabull, but the bull market has more days behind it than in front of it for this 4th cycle. Could we come up more? Most definitely. And then could we get a bear market before having 5? If history is any indication, then yes. But look how high we have to go to get to gold parity. That's around $1 million Bitcoin. And if we just extrapolate this trend line we just showed you with Mark Moss's previous prediction, that's around 2030. And then AO BTC analyst is showing you there's an imminent bullish cross with this MACD below. Every time this happens, bull run, bull run. And right now, could we be getting ready to blast up to this $500,000 target? That could be what's in the cards. And right here, we're seeing this wedge pattern that we literally just showed you. Technical target for the wedge is the top of it, so around 108,000. We've been in this range for almost 3 months. So the next target to the upside is about $120,000. Major news from Michael Saylor. He met with Nayib Bukele yesterday, and he's talking about opportunities for El Salvador to benefit and accelerate from global Bitcoin adoption. This is definitely bullish. Nayib Bukele definitely respects Michael Saylor and vice versa. They're both pioneers in the space. Nayib Bukele being the first country to adopt a Bitcoin standard, making a Bitcoin legal tender in El Salvador. And Michael Saylor, for those who don't know, MicroStrategy owns almost 500,000 Bitcoin. And speaking of it, not MicroStrategy, Strategy, the current time it's recording, is coming in at 338 after hours, sort of trading sideways, almost up $1. Looking at the Strategy price, what do we see? What do we anticipate? Right here, we see the bull market support band. We're just sitting right above it. We're getting squeezed because there's two trend lines you got to pay attention to. And the first one is from this peak. If you draw from peak to peak before we got rejected, we see that there is some type of wedge pattern that's forming here. And then there's another micro trend line beneath this peak because this got really overextended here. And we hit our head here, here, and got above it briefly and got rejected again. And this bold line is another level to pay attention to. We just kissed this bold line today around mid 340s, 345. But current time this quarter, we're coming in at 338 post market. So you got the bull market support band pushing up. We're in a, it's a channel now. We put in a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high. So when we break down and see lower price action, it's going to be indicative of what Bitcoin does. Looking down at the RSI, if we look at this low peak around the 40 range, and we see from here we put a higher low in. So we came up, put a higher low in, while the price did relatively the same thing. So there's no divergence there. The trend is still in a downtrend. So if we draw a line from this peak to this peak here, are we actually breaking out of this? It looks like we could be getting a breakout pattern, but don't get overly bullish because we need to get a breakout pattern from these downwards resistance levels, because we could see the RSI actually break out, come up, and then come back down and have a back test and actually have a continuation with a lower low. Now, if this holds, then we can get a bump and run pattern, but we have to see what the price action does on this back test. We could see some type of divergence then, but we're not out the woods yet. Right now, it's still a buying opportunity, still in the channel. Don't be too overly bullish, but just look at these opportunities, just to be an opportunity to buy cheaper MicroStrategy, buy cheaper Bitcoin. Why aren't you buying under 100,000? Could this be the last time we see 100,000 for this cycle? You don't want to stay on the sidelines forever. And with that, I'm Sean with the Bitcoin Bros. You guys like this content, go ahead and smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and show us some love. We appreciate each and every one of you. And with that, I'm out.